Hello, Job Doer. And today's little quest, little adventure here is actually I don't know. I guess it's about not answering questions maybe. So one day I was sitting there, and someone came up to me and says, "Hey, does anybody have a drill press?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got 3 drill presses, right?" And they're like, "Oh, could you drill and tap something for me?" And I'm like, "What do you got?" "Oh, just this part off of my gun. See, it's this thing here. It's a little push thing here. You push the thumb, and a little chintzy metal. And I was like, sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen, right? Well, the worst is that this is the last one in the world, supposedly, of some rare gun, bazooka, plasma scatterer, I don't know. And so if I mess it up, it's going to be horrible. So I'm making this little video here to show how to not mess this up, or to show what happens when you do mess it up. First off, what they're trying to do is this little pad here, they're trying to get a hole right in the center of it so they can put another extension out. I guess this doesn't stick out of the housing so much as it's supposed to do. And it goes all the way through, but the first thing I noticed here is it has a ring around this part. So I'm thinking the construction is that this peg might just be pressed into this metal. I don't think it's actually, if it is welded, it's very slightly welded in maybe. And it's definitely not a solid piece, So, you gotta be careful with doing this, because my first thought was, okay, I will, put this in the vise here, grab onto this slightly fragile metal part, and then center it up and drill it through the middle. And I'm like, no, that might be too much torque on this particular part, and I might rip it off from this part back here. So my second thought was, put this here, this peg part, in the vise, and drill it from behind. Right there, see? And that is what I'll be doing. But I have a secret weapon for this. I'll get to that in a minute. The other part is they got me here. This is a tap, right? Uses a drill bit 38. And I searched my archives and found a 38 drill bit, number 38. What these are they considered like wire sizes, I guess. And so I really don't know if I guess they take I'm assuming a diameter of a certain wire, and they go off of that, or maybe it's like wire as an electrical wire, where you have just numbers, And let me tell you, the smaller you go in wire, the bigger they are, and I think this is about the same as this. When I found a display, I know like the 4s, 5s, whatever, those are huge. Well, more bigger, I should say. And then you get to this here, and I think they go up to like a 60. And a 60 wire actually looked like a real thin wire. I mean, it looks smaller than a 1/16 of an inch. So, after going through a ton of my drill bits, I found a 38. So we got that good to go. Now then, back to this. I'm like, is this all I got? Where's the rest of it? And he's like, oh, I don't know anything about the rest of it. So luckily for him, I do have the rest of this thing. Or maybe he knew, he just wanted to let me borrow it. So I'll be whipping that out to the rest of this thing here. But first we'll do a hole. And before we do the hole, let's do a little setup on a machine I'll be using for this. And newsflash, it's not a drill press. Alright, here it is. Ta-da! My secret weapon. Yeah. So another reason why I'm doing this job is, I was kind of like a little bit hesitant when they were saying how this this part. Where'd it go now? Did I lose it already? It's right here. This part here is like so rare, so hard to find. Didn't say it's expensive, but maybe it is. And basically like the last one in the world I can never find anywhere. I was like, oh, I better not work on this job, just in case. But then they're like, I don't know. I thought you're supposed to be handy. And I was like, yes. So I have to make sure that, I prove that I'm as handy as I think I am. And yeah, we're going to handle this. But first of all, handy does not go with organized necessarily. So let me organize this and get to the meat of it. Okay, first things first here. I'm going to don some safety spectacles here, huh? Got some side guards there. Just go ahead and shove that right in your face. And, you know, gotta protect the peepers. And now this here's a lathe, like I said, an engine lathe, metal lathe. You got over here some controls. I have it plugged in already, but right here you have the O stop button. Usually like they just slam it down, and this here will go down and latch it shut. And that kills all the power off to this machine. Then over here, you have a forward and reverse. We'll be in the forward. And then I usually like to give this thing a little roll first. Make sure it rotates freely, like so. Now put in the forward position. And last but not least, you have a variable speed over your controller. So it's kind of turned on. Right. And it goes like so. Off, neutral. Okay. The other part is this here. This section is not going to be used in this operation, but the tailstock here will. I'll replace this thing here, which is called a live center. It's live because it spins, with a chuck. But I guess first things first. The idea of this is, you know, it's a round part that I have that I'm working with here, right? And so I figured it's going to fit a lot better in this chuck here than it would in a normal vise. So just kind of tighten this down and stick it in there basically. Making sure it's not hung up on anything. Okay, I think that is good actually. A little tightener. Turn it. Tightener. You see how it sticks out here? Make sure it clears the bottom bridge here. If not, we'll do something all different. Perfectly. We got in there pretty tight. Make sure it's nice and secure. Like so. And hopefully you don't crush it. Okay. This thing here, you put away. Never leave it in your chuck up there. Your head stock. Okay. Get a little test again. Forward, on. Seems pretty smooth. That seems a little off, but that's why we have the neutral slot. Now then, the back half. This right here, I will crank it out backwards. And it's going to release it from the holding. It's just held in there with pressure, basically, friction. Now I'll go ahead and put this away. So that there's a live center. Here is a dead center. Right, no moving parts, just metal. And for this job, we're using our friend Chuck. So this right here will go in like so, and of course feed this forward some, and it pressures in like that. There, now that's in. Now I got quite a gap between where I'm here and there, so I'm going to move the tailstock. Tailstock comes off with, in this case, a 17mm wrench. You can loosen that up. I should be able to move it around like that. Instead of haven't used this in a while, I'm going to use my little, I'm using this as a chip brush, but get some of this nastiness, dust and stuff that has landed on this over the years. Alright. I'm going to bring this part here up some. That's good there. And I'm going to switch you over here. So I brought this up, making sure I check the clearance here so this can still spin through just fine, which it does. And now I can move my tailstock down the bridge. Ah, too close. Okay, I'll back it up right about here. Should be a good working amount. Tighten the bolt back down in the back here, and we'll be ready to start something. In theory. Make sure it's nice and snug because you don't want that tailstock moving around or sliding back. Great. Now, if you have operations going on here and you need to cinch this down, that's what this is for. That there tightens this here down so it doesn't move. As we have it, we want it to move, and we're just about ready. What we're going to do though is we have our number 38 inch bit, 38 bit, not inch, and what we're going to do is actually do a little pilot hole of a smaller bit, probably about half the size. But to start that, we're going to go ever so slightly with something called a center drill. A center drill is something more beefy, like this here. And although I'm going to do just the very tip of it in, I'm not going to, what am I going to do this thing? I'm not going to go past the very, very tip here, because this diameter is about the same as the drill bit. So I just want something to start it. And this here is going to keep it from walking around. And when I say walking around, I mean the other drill bit can, if you have a long drill bit coming out, sometimes it jumps around on metal or hard surfaces. This thing here won't jump. Am I clear yet? Probably not. Do like that. Now then, there's actually, 3 ways of drilling something. Okay, there is the one where you have your drill bit like this, right? Sure, I could have got a bigger one, but and you have your drill and it spins, clockwise, counterclockwise. Some drill bits are threaded backwards to help you, get stuff unstuck, bolts, whatever. Broken off screws, but so this here goes in like that, drills in, just like that. The second way is how it stays clamped, and the work goes around it, and just feeds in as the work goes around it. And the third way is to get someone else to drill it for you. So today is the second way. I am going to have this unit stationaried as the work spins around. Tighten it down. Good. All right. And let me get you right in here. Don't worry, if thing flies at you, it's just my camera, not really your face. Okay, so when this here spins, like so, I'm going to operate this here by pushing it forward towards the piece with the back handle on the tailstock. Ever so slightly. Forward. Now speed. I'm not going real fast. This here is some kind of a steel. Wood you can machine quicker, but steel, especially harder metals, you machine slower speeds. So I'll start with this right here. Just kind of go in here and see what happens. Taking a look at it, and it looks pretty good. I made contact here, so I'm just going to go just a tiny bit in. Alright. Now, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I got just a tiny bit in there, and let's take a look together, shall we? Right, so alright, so it's not good enough to zoom in. There you go. You can see there a little tiny start of the hole, little silver spot right there. Boink. Now I'm gonna stick my nog in there and see for sure if it's going on, dead center, like to call it. Yeah, good enough for this project. Okay, so we got that there started, and I'm gonna do just no, that's good. That's good for a start. I'm gonna change this bit out here. Okay, so we got it back set up there with the smaller of the two drill bits, and I'm gonna put actually a little bit of oil on that bit just to help it cut. Right like that. Okay, forward, speed on. There we go. I'll bring it in. And look at that chip coming off of there. You see that? That is what your chip brush is for here, is to kind of get it off there if need be. This is not the best chip brush. You usually like to go with a straight thing, straight shot at it, but there we go. So I went a little bit, brush it off, take it out, and go back in. Right, I'm letting the drill bit do its job. Same thing, it builds up some junk on it. Get in there, clean it off, go back in. Each time going just a little bit deeper. I'm not too sure. What I do know is I don't want it to build up too much heat. I don't want it to snap my drill bit, that's for sure. And be careful when you do your chip brush not to get into the work. Or your hands, or your hair, jewelry, none of that stuff should be near that part there is dangerous. The headstock. I think I'm probably about maybe halfway through. There's actually gauges if I wanted to like I'm really fine machine something here. But I don't need them in this case. Because I don't have to go to a certain depth, I'm going to go right through it. Now, at this point, I'm going to kick it off, give it a good scrub down. Eye protection intact. And I'm going to add a little more oil to it. Right in there, it might drip down. That's what that part is at the bottom, is to catch it. Forward. Alright. So I've had this lathe for a while. If you recognize it, if you have any questions or comments on it, let me know down below. I'll see if I can answer anything. I haven't really done a whole lot with it per se, but it is handy for doing this and other of my hobbies that I've done on it that I haven't done in a while. Okay, I think you guys get the point of this, but I also think I'm almost through, so let me try one more time here. Okay, still good. Take it in there and see if I can come out the other end of it. I definitely don't want to force it per se. And if your chips aren't expelling good, they're all packing up in here on your drill bit. So, like I said, back it out, give it a good clean, then go back in it. Okay, I can actually feel it now going through. So I have gone through the other side. I can actually see it coming out. Great, I'll back it back through. And now it will be time for the bigger drill bit, the 38. So, I'll do a little cleaning here, swap out bits, and be back. Alright, so I added the new 38 bit there. A little bit of dab of oil on it. And away we go, same as before. Tighten this all down, make sure the work's tightened in the spot. Forward. Not too fast the speed. Yeah, a little bit faster than that maybe. Yeah, that's good enough. Approach the hole. How about? Okay, gonna come back. Alright, so approaching the hole there and going in. Nice chip coming off of it. Back it up here. Go a little bit faster here. There we go. Back it up more. Yeah. Same thing as before. I'm going to drill it in and out until I get all the way through to the other side. Little by little. It feels real smooth now because we've already got a main hole through it. Now we're making a, just kind of boring it out more. Okay, so and this has a little bit bigger flutes to it. Things with bigger flutes seem to cut faster. In fact, I think I'm all the way through yet. All the way through, so I'm going to gently back it out. And give it a little cleanup here. Okay. Now then, off with that. Brush it all off. So, I'll take this out, and I have something else to put in here. Okay, so we got the tap here that we got from the guy, and we got the a wrench that I'm supplying. This doesn't do much good without this. It goes in here, square peg, square hole, right? And you tighten this nut down on it, so it's real nice and snug and tight, like. And so it's it's usable basically. Oops. Let me just find that again here. Okay, now I would do this on camera, but it's a little hard because might even need a wrench sometime, depending on how often you use your tool. Alright, snug it down. Right, like this, right? Ogre strength. So, we got in there, snug away, tight, and we're ready to almost thread. I double checked the hole, looks nice and centered, and now come a guest star for this project. Another one is this little contraption. Now, those of you who know me and have my classes knows we made these. This here goes in a shank, which I hope fits in the shank. And it has a little spring-loaded dealie here. Goes something like that there. And so this point here actually goes in the back of this here. Be all centered and stuff. So, take this here back all the way. Alright, put that in there all the way. Tighten it up. Ow. Okay, we have that tightened in there. Then, I'm going to line this up with the hole. I'm just going to barely touch it in the hole. Right. Okay, so it's just barely in there now. Next I'll do is apply a little oil to that. Whoa, earthquake. Same thing as before, oil makes machine stuff great. So I just kind of oil that puppy up some to cut some threads. Now, threads, if you're going through the piece all the way, it doesn't matter which side you thread it from, except for it couldn't leave a burr at the end. Damage. So, I'm going to kind of give this a little twist. I'm going to tighten the backstock so it goes forward more and gives the spring some compression. And then I just start twisting this here. Hold this here, doesn't move. And that should start cutting the threads. A little more backstock compression to it. And twist. This is done manually. I mean, there's sure machines out there that do threading, but that's not me. So we're cutting threads, it's going in. I'm not backing it out. I'm going to go with one pass, hopefully. Till we get all the way through. Which I think we might be there. Almost. Keep adding that back pressure to it. Cranking in this part here. Okay, I do see it coming through. Then, I'll go ahead and back this off. And you can use contraption in a drill press or a lathe here. Either way. Unchuck that piece. Alright, well that's fine for now. And this part here, I'm going to actually backspin this out. Ever so carefully. Not to mess up our threads. We just cut. These are INSEE National Course threads. Okay. Mystery as can be. Okay, got the other. Give it a brush off. Give me that extra metal off there. And I'm going ahead and take the piece of work out of the machine here. Alright. Gives a little wipe down. And there we go. That's basically it. But like I said, now the back here could have a little burr on it. There we go. Get you on camera. And what I'm going to do here is ever so slightly, not cutting new threads, just chasing the old threads by my skilled hands, I hope. Re-screw this back in. Right. Okay, get it lined up there. Take it off camera so I can actually pay attention to it better here. Let's see. I'm going through the back one here, which is feeling it's feeling good. I'm not recutting threads, I'm just smoothing it in there. You know, if I got a bolt of that diameter, I would certainly try it out. Just want to get it back through the front. Okay, there's a little bit of a hesitation there, so working through that front all the way. There, maybe I didn't get through that last time, or when I screwed it out, it probably clogged some up in there. There. Now then, clean off its tip. And gingerly back it out carefully. Right. Like so. And then I'll just double try the frontal method again here. Okay, fill it. It's a little burry. Now I'll try the front one here. And like I said, I'll do it back here so I can see what I'm doing. Making sure my tap is clean. And this is just to yeah, it's going real nice and easy now. Just to make sure there's no burrs of something going in this way. Right. And yeah, it feels good. Going nice and smooth, no hang-ups. And there it is on the other end. Clean. So, back it back out. Clean up the part. And you know what? When I see that guy again, I'll be like, hey, here's your one-of-a-kind gun part back. Go back and fix your bazooka. Have at it. And, give me my $2 show me. Right? Quickest $2 I've earned in a long time. So, if you have any questions or comments, I don't know if you can see it here. Kind of hard to see, but it looks like it's pretty good in the middle to me, even through the camera lens. Let me know if you have questions or comments down below. If you want to know more about what gun this goes to, who knows, maybe I'll ask questions. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll remember next time. But, yeah, this here's a done deal. Y'all, thanks for watching.